Is this dude playing the most underrated JRPG of all time? Goddamn right. There it is, Holy Knight Charm, Crisis Defense Boost. Increased magical and physical defense during critical HP status. Oh, and then there's a learning process there as well, whatever that means. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. That's the good shit. I've tried so many times to do Last Remnant and I can't, it's a slog. Yeah, I was really excited about it when it came out and I was very disappointed. I remember. I've tried a few times as well because I find it back in the shelf. Back then, before you had every game. Oh yeah, I'll give this one a fang again. But the same team that did this went on to do Blue Dragon apparently, and I did play that on the 360 and I fucking loved that. That was great. Looks like FF9 learning, beautiful. I remember that vaguely. No idea how long it's been since I played 9. But yeah, it makes sense. Blue Dragon was really fun. Oh, was Blue Dragon before this? I thought it was after this, but I might be wrong. This was 2007. What are you doing at the back door here? You don't belong here. Get out. Oh, fine. Don't want to be here anyway. Did you sleep well? No messages for you yet, I'm afraid. We'll hold any messages that come for you here, so please don't hesitate to take a stroll outside. I'm sure you'd like to forget the horrors of the battlefield. Oh, by the way, feel free to use any of the items you find here. They are compliments of the house. Good. I mean, like this lovely holy bangle? Good to know. Welcome, guys, by the way, from Nam's channel. We've just kicked off a brand new playthrough of Lost Odyssey, which has an instruction booklet. That's all you need to know. Know that it's fantastic and also old.
Fellow expletives, for one of our executioners is returned. Take up arms, warrior. The battle rages.
My dearest Lady Clarice, executioner. Happy New Year to you too, man. I hope you had a good night last night. Had a banger. Lost Odyssey's going good. 4 rated earlier with the goblins, and we were executing for hours and hours. But the game's just been spectacular. It really. I haven't played much, but cinematic, incredibly well written. Just had like a story section a la Forest of Nia sort of vibes already, and it seems like there'll be quite a lot of those, and I really like those. So yeah, just lots of good vibes. I'll look at those ring assemblies again. Yeah, because I could just make more bruiser rings, which I don't need. Unless I wanted to make a second bruiser ring ultra and keep that. But I need the Guardian ore first anyway, so that's fine. I love the idea of just finding these crafting mats everywhere though. Already, the crafting in this game, at about 40 minutes into it, is more complex and enjoyable than the entirety of Final Fantasy 16's. Can you imagine that? And that's not an opinion, either. That's a fact. I'm stating a fact. It's more complex and interesting at this point. The fact that I just got a second magma fragment and I know that I can make a fire bangle if I get one more. Insane. FF16 isn't an RPG, it's an action game. Yeah, that's just a semantics thing though. Like, action RPGs and Square have been turning RPGs into action RPGs forever. What you're talking about is JRPGs, and that's a whole other fucking kettle of fish. But it doesn't matter what you call them. That doesn't really change the fact that Final Fantasy 16 is a Final Fantasy game and it's targeted at the Final Fantasy audience, and they put a crafting system into it, right? They wanted you to collect materials out in the world, to kill certain enemies to get materials, to explore and discover chests and hidden things and get those materials, and then to combine them all together to create new things. And that those new things should intrinsically change how easy or how hard it is for you to complete the game, how interesting and enjoyable it is for you to fight certain enemies. You can't beat this guy unless you've got this and things like that. And it had none of that. It had all the bits. You just couldn't make anything with them. The only stuff you could really make stuff with was bits bosses dropped. So you ended up with a full inventory of heaps of shit that you just couldn't use, which was pointless. I'm not even saying it was shit, Mark. I'm just saying it was a completely unfleshed out system that felt trash the whole time and didn't go anywhere. Like, oh cool, I can finally upgrade my sword because I killed this story boss. What's the point of all the side shit then, you know? And towards the end, it kind of had a couple of weapons that you couldn't really have gotten unless you did the side shit. By that point, all you were doing is putting the game on easy mode by using them.
Here's an old one. Almost as old as me.
Didn't feel good. I'm totally smacking that ball. Boom! Oh yeah, you know I'm smacking that ball. Ah, stub me fucking toe. There we go. The physics on it are alright. Oh, they're just showing off this physics engine here, aren't they? Hey, Kara, how are you, mate? I missed again. Oh, I fucking missed again. Okay, it's been a minute since I played. Okay, alright. Alright, you can have the ball. I'm sorry. Yeah, you know what you're doing. This is no time to be weeping. I have to be strong for my grandson.
Well now, here's an old one.
This is full on. Also works against vampires, yeah. Hey Patchwork, how are you, man? Thanks for 64 months. This game has 4 discs, yeah. You scratched the fuck out of all of them, I love it. By the way, Nam, I just missed, sorry, very chill night last night. I almost crashed before the swap over. I heard AK got himself necked again. Yep. If you're still there, I love you, thank you. And if you're not, sleep well. My sweet prince. FF16 has some great stuff about it. Characters and story were nice, boss fights were fantastic. I like the combat system, I agree. The open world part of it, very side questy. I just wish there were more rewards and benefits to side questing. I wish there were more ways to customize the difficulty. I forced myself to finish every single side quest in 16. Me too. In front of a live audience. I think in the end, some parts of it did lead somewhere that I'm glad that I got, but nowhere near enough. Is this dude playing the most underrated JRPG of all time? Goddamn right. People have been telling me to play this one for years, and I try to go back and play an old game every year. This year, Kingslayer. It's Lost Odyssey. And it's awesome. Alright, so we just walked up to a random chick on a bench, and apparently I'm going to give her her son's effect. I sent this charm off with my son. It can only mean one thing. I knew it. I was kidding myself before, really? I knew it. This was my grandfather's nameplate. Souvenir from a war long ago that he miraculously survived. He told me that a fellow soldier saved his life in that war. But I suppose his nameplate wasn't enough. Do the same for my son. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring this to me. There are so many families in this war. Nothing to remember their departed by. It may not be much, but I want you to have this. I hope you make it to retirement, soldier. Did I just... There's dreams. Nice. Okay, so poison ring. I now have the 2 poison oils I need. Occasionally causes poison. Awesome. Sticky tape. I just need 4 of that. We're done. Also, did that take? Did. Because I found a random nameplate before, I could give it to her and get that. Okay, that's pretty crazy. Randomly pressing A on this joint and then randomly talking to that chick on the bench means I have a poison, or I'm this much closer to a poison accessory. That's kind of fucking sick. I very much enjoy it. How cool, man, to get a fucking poison charm for that. That's so crazy. Alright. Where are we exploring now? Lieutenant Argonor, is it? Councilman Gongara is currently serving his suspension. I believe you have your own mission to handle, yes? What the fuck was my mission? I forgot what it's been. I keep getting distracted. I forgot my mission. I'll figure it out. Sorry, but no one is allowed through here. I used the detour over there. Hello. The little mini-map's pretty good for that, isn't it? Got a decent enough vibe where I'm going. This is one of those cannons from before. That's really cool. There's a little orange dot here, is it? Oh, I see. No, awesome, fuck, awesome. Enjoy. We love talking about this shit. It's just it's late in the fucking day, isn't it? Is it? Yeah. Probably go a little bit longer. It's kind of slow on releases. Okay, fair. I'll just get to it later then. That's fine. Yeah. But I've heard Gentleman Bastards is yeah, another one I got to get to. There's one other one. Well, there's many other ones, but there's one other main one I really want to get to. By direct orders from the council, no one is allowed to see Lord Gongora. Up. Go away. Oh, no. Thank you. Again. Doing a Nier playthrough soon. I need to do Drakengard. 3 Drakengard games, apparently. At least 2 Drakengard games before I do Nier again, so I've always been putting it off. But one of these days. One of these days. The old game that we go back to check out is going to absolutely be... Well, nice that stays that way. Be Drakengard. I think it's Drakengard 1 and 3. Into Nier Gestalt. Which will be Replicant's remake, of course. Into Automata for my second playthrough of Automata. I can't believe it's taken this long to play Automata a second time. Oh, wait. You have a list of books on social media or elsewhere you recommend? No, I just kind of just talk about them in here all the time. But, well, The Wheel of Time, the Stormlight Archives, and Mistborn. Well, that's several years worth of stuff, and I cannot more highly recommend all of it. I think it's all amazing. And if you get into any of it, well, hell, if you want a taster, I don't know if I should be recommending the Amazon Wheel of Time TV series, but I happen to really like it because I really love the books, but most people who like the books don't like it. I don't know, I don't know, it's fucking tough, alright? It's a hard one. Because it's really nice seeing, I don't know, maybe you could watch some of the TV series and then go, oh, I want the real thing. Read the books. This is a boarding area for magic taxis. Unfortunately, it's out of service at this time due to orders from above. Oh yeah, orders from above. No, I know, I get it. Right, say no more. Where am I supposed to be going? I completely... last time I had a clue of what I was supposed to be doing was like 4 hours ago, I reckon. Fine, I'll figure it out. Yeah, Snake, gorgeous, right? 2007, man, unreal. If you bounced off Dune for years, but then got into it, I still got to read that, man. I gotta read Dune and The Expanse and Foundation, because I'm watching all these shows and movies that I love, and then there are books that I know I'm gonna love even more, but I just can't be fucked. Am I allowed to leave? I'm very sorry about this. The monorail is currently out of service due to circumstances beyond our control. Okay, well that narrows down where the fuck I'm supposed to go. I can't go on the fucking monorail. And I can't go up to the palace. And I went down... You know what? My dad works in a magic production factory. He's the boss of the whole place. I'm not the boss of anything, really. I'm glad she's proud of me, though. Everything I do for her. Time recalls a memory that was locked deep within his heart. What? I just fucking stumbled upon a random memory at the monorail fucking station? Oh my god. A dream has been revealed. Let's do it. Little Liar. G'day, Alice. It's going great, mate. How you doing? Everyone in the marketplace hates the little girl. Not 10 years old and far from having outgrown the sweet innocence of childhood, she earns only open contempt from the grown-ups who have shops in the market. The reason is simple. She lies about everything. Hey, mister, I just saw a burglar go into your house. Look, lady, everything just fell off your shelves. Hey, everybody, did you hear what that traveller said? Bandits are planning to attack this market. Even the most harmless white lies can be annoying if repeated often enough. The shopkeepers have found themselves growing angry. You better watch out for her too, the lady greengrocer warns Kime. Nobody here falls for her lies anymore, so she's always on the lookout for newcomers or strangers. Somebody like you would be a perfect target for her. She could be right. Time is new to the town. He arrived a few days ago and has just started working in the marketplace today. What do her parents do? Time asks while unloading a cart full of vegetables. The woman frowns and shakes her head with a sigh. She doesn't have any. They died? The mother did, at least. Maybe 4 or 5 years ago. She was a healthy young woman who never so much as caught a cold in her life, and one day she collapsed. That was it for her. How about the father? She sighs more deeply than before and says, he left to find a job in the city. The parents used to operate a variety store in the market, though the mother almost single-handedly took care of the actual buying and selling of the many goods they carried. As soon as she died, the shop's fortunes took a plunge, until it was eventually taken over by someone else. The father went off to the distant capital city in search of a good-paying job that would enable him to cover their debts. He promised to come back in 6 months. He's been gone a whole year now. Letters used to arrive from him on occasion, on care of his friend, the tailor, but those two gave out about 6 months ago. I guess you could say it's sad for such a little girl to be waiting around for her father to come home, but still. The girl now sleeps in a corner of the communal storehouse run by the people of the marketplace. We all used to talk about taking care of her, be standing parents for her until her father comes back. This is no surprise to Kime. He knows from his own experience that all the people who work here in the marketplace, and not just this plump, kindly woman, are good-hearted and generous despite their limited means. Otherwise, they never would have hired a stranger like himself. But long before that first 6 months went by, we were all heartily sick of her. She was a sweet, simple girl while her mother was alive, but this experience has left her kind of twisted. All of her sweetness is gone. Of course, we all feel sorry for her, and we take our turns feeding her and dressing her in hand-me-downs. But the way she keeps telling lies to all the grown-ups, nobody really cares about her anymore. Why can't she see that? She must be lonely, don't you think? With a pained smile, the woman shrugs and says, That's enough gabbing for one day. Work, work. Goes back inside the shop. Time is sorting the vegetables. He's unloaded in front of the shop when he hears a little voice behind him. Hi, mister. You new here? It's the girl. Uh-huh. You're not from the town, are you? No, I'm not. Are you living upstairs while you work here? For a while, at least. That's what I'm hoping to do. I'll tell you a secret, okay? It's starting already. Okay, Time says without pausing in his work. There's a ghost in this marketplace. The people here don't tell anybody about it because it's bad for business, but it's really here. I see it all the time. Really? Time responds with feigned surprise. He decides to play along with her rather than scold her for lying. In this endlessly long life of his, he has encountered any number of children who have lost their parents or been abandoned by them. The sadness and loneliness of children who have been cast into the wide world alone are exactly what Kime feels himself as he continues to wander through the infinite flow of time. What kind of ghost? A woman, and I know who she is. It's the ghost of a mother who lost her child, she says. Her little girl, her only child, died in an epidemic. Overcome with grief, the mother chose to die, and now her ghost appears in the market every night, searching for her daughter. I feel like that should be from her? Her little girl, her only child, died in an epidemic. Overcome with grief, the mother chose to die, and now her ghost appears in the market every night, searching for her daughter. I think that's it. The poor mother. She killed herself so she could be with her daughter, but she can't find her in the other world either. So she keeps looking for her here and calling out, "Where are you? Hurry and come with Mummy to the other world." Fucking hell. The girl tells her story with deadly seriousness. "Don't you think it's sad?" she asks Kime. She actually has tears in her eyes, which is precisely why Kime knows she's lying. Even if she'd not been warned by the woman, he would know this was a lie based on what she told him about the girl's background. Kime carefully arranges bunches of well-ripened grapes in a display crate and asks the girl, "Why do you think that the mother can't find her daughter?" "What?" the girl asks him with a dazed stare. "Well," he explains, "the girl is not in the other world, and she's not wandering around in this world. So where is she?" Kime does not mean this to be a cross-examination. He simply feels that someone who lies out of sorrow can have a far easier time of it by recognizing the lie for what it is. The loneliness of a girl who has lost her mother and been abandoned by her father consists not in telling one little lie, but in having to keep on lying. Now that you mention it, that's a good point, the girl says, smiling calmly. Really? Where did the girl go? Kime momentarily considers pointing at the girl as if to say, "Right here." But before he can do so, she continues, "This is the first time anybody's ever asked me that. You're kind of different." I wonder. No, you are. You're different, the girl insists. I think we can be friends. Her smile deepens. Kime smiles back at her, saying nothing. Just then, they hear the lady greengrocer coming from the back of the shop, and the girl dashes away. Just before she disappears around a corner into the alleyway, the girl gives Kime a little wave, as if to say, "See you soon." For the first time, the face of the girl with the all too grown-up speaking style shows a hint of childishness fitting her years. The girl begins coming to see Kime at the shop several times a day when the lady grocer's not around. She tells him one lie after another. "I baked cookies with my mother last night. I wanted to give you some, but they were so good I ate them all. Bandits kidnapped me when I was a little baby, but my father came to save me and beat up all the bandits so I didn't get killed." "Oh, my house? It's a big white one at the foot of the mountain. You're new here, so you probably don't know it. It's the biggest house in town." "You don't have a family? You're all alone? Oh, poor Kime. I wish I could share some of my happiness with you." All her lies are born of sorrow. Sad, lonely lies she could never tell to marketplace people who know her background. At the end of every chat with Kime, as she's leaving, the girl holds her finger to her lips and says, "This is just our little secret, okay? Don't tell the lady grocer." Of course, Kime says nothing to anyone. If he happens to find himself in a situation where the market people are speaking ill of the girl, He quietly slips away. Lies and disparagements are funny things. They don't take shape because someone tells them, but rather because someone listens to and voices agreement with them. A truly isolated individual can never speak ill of anyone. The same can be said regarding lies. Because she has someone to tell her lies to, the girl need not fall into the abyss of true isolation. To protect her small, sad share of happiness, time plays the role of her listener, raising no objections. One day, when the girl comes to see Kime, she takes special care not to be noticed by the lady grocer or by the owners of the neighboring shops.
Tell me, mister, are you planning to stay here a long, long time?
No, Kime says, continuing to unload vegetables and fruit.
You'll be leaving when you save up enough money?
Probably.
But you don't have enough yet?
I'm getting there, he says, turning a strained smile on the girl. Yeah, Otaku, absolutely, dude. Definite similar vibe, right? This is a white lie of his own. He already has enough money to support himself on the road, nor has he taken his current live-in job because he needs money so badly. He's here because he's not found a destination he wants to travel to. A journey without a destination is an endless journey. Wise men say that you need dreams and goals in life. Dreams to accomplish and goals to realize shine as guideposts in life, precisely because life is finite. So then, what should be the dreams and goals of one who has been burdened with a life that has no end? Times is not a journey to be hurried, nor is it one that can be hurried. Perhaps drifting day after day with no destination can not even be called a journey.
If I were you,
says the girl,
I would get out of this marketplace as soon as I'd saved up enough for 2 or 3 days of travelling.
Kime responds to her with a silent, pained smile. What would be the look on the girl's face if Kime were to tell her, I'm staying here for you. I'm finding the meaning of my life for now and providing you with a listener for your lies. The moment these words come to mind, words he can never actually speak to her, the girl looks around furtively and says in a near whisper,
If you want to get out of here soon, I know a good way you can do it.
A good way?
Sneak into the tailor's and steal his money. There's a little pot in the cabinet at the back of the shop. It's full of money.
Are you telling me to steal it?
Yeah.
She looks straight at Kime without the slightest show of doubt in her eyes. In all seriousness, she goes on to explain,
That tailor deserves to have his place robbed. The money's in the pot, she says. It's tainted. I know this girl, a good friend of mine, she says, and it's so sad about her. Her mother died and her father went off to work in the capital and she's all alone. Her father was supposed to come and get her after 6 months, but she hasn't heard a thing from him.
Yet another lie, born of sorrow. Kime calmly asks,
Is there some connection?
Sorry. Is there some connection between your friend and the tailor?
Of course,
She says.
close connection. What's really happening is the father was sending her money every month the way he was supposed to help make her life in the town a little easier. And he kept writing to her He wanted to tell her he found a good job in the city and she should come to live with him right away. He's too busy to come for her, so she should come to him. And he sent her money for the trip. But none of the letters or the money ever reached the girl. And why do you think that is? Before Kime can answer, the girl says, the mistake he made was to send the letters and the money care of the tailor. He's been keeping all the money for himself. Kime looks away from the girl. In order to prop up one sad lie, the girl has piled on a still sadder one. A lie that can hurt another person. This is the saddest thing of all. The lock on the tailor's back door would be really easy to break, the girl adds, and she gallops away without waiting for Kime's reply. The girl comes running into the grocery store next morning, shouting for the owner. She says directly to the woman, not to Kime, "Burglars broke into the tailor's shop last night." She says she saw a number of burglars sneaking in late, after the marketplace had emptied out. My, oh my, said the woman with a forced smile. That must have been just terrible. She's obviously not taking the girl seriously. It's true that I really saw 'em. Look, little girl, I've had just about enough. It's just about all I can take from you. You're such a little liar, it scares me to death to think about you growing up to be a burglar or a con artist or something. I'm busy trying to open my shop now. Do you mind? Try it on someone else. She's hardly through speaking when someone outside shouts, "Help! Somebody come!" The tailor's standing in the street looking horrified and screaming at the top of his lungs, But burglars! They've took all my money!" The little girl slips away as the tailor comes in. The marketplace is in an uproar. The girl was not lying, that much is certain. But all too accustomed to her lies, people now suggest the possibility of another kind of lie. Well, maybe she did it. What do you think? And so it begins. I think you may be right. Talk about play acting.
I wouldn't put it past her. Let's go find her. We'll make her tell, even if we have to get a little rough with her. No one objects to this suggestion. Some run off to the storehouse and others start searching the marketplace. Can't find her anywhere. The storehouse is empty. She's run away with the money. As the searchers return with their reports and speculation, Kime finally understands everything. After all her sad lies, the girl has left behind one final truth. You couldn't have got very far. Yeah, we can still catch her. The little thief. Wait till I get my hands on her. The men rage, and the women fan the flames. Good, give her what she deserves. We were so nice to her, and now look how she treats us. We can't let her get away with it. A dozen men start to run after her. But Kime stands tall in the road, blocking their way. Oi! Move it! The men are out for blood, but Kime knows if he felt like it, he could knock them all down, and they wouldn't be able to lay a finger on him. Instead, he relaxes his powerful stance and throws a leather coin pouch on the ground in front of the men. The stolen money's in there, he says. You what? Sorry, I stole it. A confused stir quickly turns into angry shouts. Kime raises his hands to show he will not resist. Do what you like with me. I'm ready. The lady grocer breaks through this wall of men, shouting at it, How could you do this, Kime?
I wanted the money, that's all.
And you're not just saying this to protect that girl?
The woman's intuition is too sharp. Forcing a smile, Kime turns to the tailor and says, "It was in the pot in the cabinet, right?" The man nods energetically.
It's true. He must have done it. I had the money in a pot. He's the thief.
The money wasn't the only thing in the pot, though, was it?
What are you saying?
You had some letters in there, too. Letters from the girl's father.
That's a lie. Don't be crazy.
It's true, though.
No, there couldn't have been any letters. I threw them all.
The tailor claps his hand over his mouth. But it's too late. Lady Grocer glares at him.
What's this all about?
She demands.
No, I mean, you better tell us everything.
The people's angry glances turn from Kame to the tailor. The one lie the girl didn't tell, huh? Some days later, 2 letters arrive from the girl, addressed to the lady at the grocery store and the nice man upstairs. Kime's letter says the girl managed to find her father in the capital. He has no way of knowing if this is true or not. It is hard to imagine a little girl finding her father in the big city so easily without knowing his address or workplace. Still, he decides to believe it when the girl's letter says, "I'm happy now." Human beings are the only animals that lie. Lies to deceive people, lies to benefit oneself, and lies to protect one's own heart from the threat of crushing loneliness and sorrow. If there were no lies in the world, much strife and misunderstanding would surely disappear. On the other hand, perhaps it is because this world is a mixture of truth and lies that people have learned how to believe. When he's through reading his letter, Kime turns to the woman. Concentrating on her own letter, she shyly raises her head when she senses Kime looking up at her.
I'll give up,
She declares,
listen to this. I'm so grateful to you and the others in the marketplace for all you've done for me. I'll never forget you as long as I live.
a liar to the bitter end, that girl.
A liar to the bitter end, that girl, she says, smiling through her tears. Fuck, I'm fucking tripping up here too. It's got me a little choked up. How's that? End. Oh, did my camera die? Yeah. That's how long it went for.
Expletive has returned.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
That was probably a while ago. Was that 19 minutes ago? Like, that was quite kind of a long story, huh? See if the camera has to come back.
The smell of proper devotion.
The music's wonderful. I love
Welcome
it.
back,
Really good.
old friend.
So, back.
We've missed you.
A good dream story. I loved it. Yeah. Thank you for reading it. My pleasure. I hope I didn't fuck it up too bad. I kind of committed to a Kime voice that I'm not sure if I'm in love with. I just have to listen to Kime's actual voice a bit more. But I just couldn't remember if he had that sort of like, you know, anime American voice or something else. We'll find out though. But it is what it is for now. I hope it was a nice read. I really appreciate you listening to it. What a cool story. What a cool story, right? She told one truth. I really enjoyed that. And it was seeing this little girl and her father at the train station that reminded Kime, who has apparently been traveling the world as an immortal for a very, very long time, of one of his many memories of his life out there. How cool is that? And an engraved ring, a ring lost by someone. Interesting. The amount of shit we have found and discovered today just by talking to people in town and clicking on walls is obscenely awesome. Awesome, but also like, just way more awesome than I could expect. But also obscene in just how long it's going to take me to play this game.